Hello everybody and welcome again to my channel. This time I wanted to talk about the 2016 April JW Broadcasting. But before I do that, you see that Spike has a friend with him, a little smiling happy minion. And the reason for this is Julian wanted to have representation on the channel, he wanted to co-host. So this minion is going to be Julian for today. And that's because Julian's a happy guy, he's a good guy. So I thought this smiling, happy creature, this minion, would be a great representation of Julian. Besides which, contrary to popular belief, I actually don't have a lot of teddy bears. I'll tell you the story of Spike when I'm done talking about JW Broadcasting. So for April, JW Broadcasting is done by a helper to the governing body, and this is William Malenfant. And if you notice, William Malenfant's style of presentation is different than what's typical on JW Broadcasting. In my opinion, you may or may not share this, that's up to you, but his style of delivery comes across as less fake than the style that we've become accustomed to from typical governing body members and their helpers. His is more conversational, it seems like it's less forced, there's less of the one JW Broadcasting personality that's imposed upon him. He seems more slightly old school, going back to before the current regime has been in place. But anyways, he still teaches the same things that they teach. And this particular time, he talks a little bit about people who have been disciplined. So for Jehovah's Witnesses, discipline means you've either been disfellowshipped, you've been reproved either privately or publicly, or you've lost privileges. That is what they mean by discipline. So he's talking about this group of people. And what's happening is a number of people in Jehovah's Witnesses are slowing down, they are becoming inactive, or so on and so forth. Some people who get disfellowshipped never come back. So this is the group of people that William Malenfant is talking to and talking about. But the point of his message is not just to talk to them and to encourage them to become active again, but it is to make active witnesses think of those individuals in a specific way. So for example, he tells them that they should not be consumed by self-pity or inactivity, as if one necessarily leads to the other, or if because you've gotten disciplined rather, that you automatically have self-pity. So basically he's casting people who have been disciplined in a negative light if they don't instantly try to resume a level of activity or get back to where they were. He also admonishes them never quit or give up. And then he tells them to put faith in the ransom. So basically he's saying that if people are disciplined and they slow down, that means that they quit or they're giving up and they no longer have faith in the ransom. So he's casting these people in a very negative light for individuals who are indoctrinated members of Jehovah's Witnesses. He wants people to think of them as individuals who gave up, who are just wallowing in self-pity and depression, and they no longer have faith in the ransom. And he's doing that on purpose so that will scare people away from things that would get them disciplined, and it will keep them active. And also he's assuming that people who have been disciplined have these issues, when that might not be the fact. It might be that they've begun to wake up and realize what's really going on, and they therefore are not interested in doing the level of activities to the same point. But another thing that he does is he associates things that are completely unrelated. For example, he talks about when Peter denied Jesus 3 times. He says Peter never gave up, and he didn't slow down, so if when you're disciplined, you shouldn't give up or slow down. Imitate Peter's example. But there's one massive glaring problem there, is that Peter was never disciplined in any way, shape, or form that's recorded in the scriptures because of denying Christ 3 times. So he's trying to get you to associate unrelated things, all to support their doctrine and to support their viewpoint of the way things are. And the Watchtower does this on a regular basis. They will take scriptures out of context to associate them with things they're not related to. And a large number of their teachings are nothing more than misquoted scriptures. And this is just yet another example of that. But he once again is doing this to give Jehovah's Witnesses a certain opinion about those who have been disciplined or those who slow down, and to generally cast anybody who slows down their activity in a negative light. So those are my thoughts about JW Broadcasting. But now the origin story of Spike. Where did Spike the bear come from? Why do I have a teddy bear? Well, this teddy bear came from London, England. I was there some years ago. It was over a decade. At the time, before I left, I had a girl I was dating. The relationship was probably not going to last, but I figured since I went to London, I may as well bring back a gift just in case. But as you can tell by the fact I still have the teddy bear, the relationship did not work. So Spike came from London, and he ended up here. That's the story of Spike. The reason why I put him in front of the camera is because it just seemed like the best prop at the time. I don't have any particular affinity for teddy bears. I don't really collect them. But I thought it's a nice, approachable character, warm and fuzzy, something that people might be able to relate to, might not. I don't know. So it just kind of happened. It's one of those things that he was there. I wasn't doing anything with him. I'm like, hey, maybe I'll make him a movie star. So the other odds and ends that have gotten into my videos have pretty much just been the same thing. Trinkets I have kicking around. So that's the mystery of Spike. So those of you out there who have woken up, who are waking up, who have left, if you want to make videos, you can take an approach similar to this one if you would like. You don't have to put your face on camera. You can use a prop of whatever your choosing is, and you can get out there and you can tell your story. And I recommend doing this for a number of reasons. One of which is the more of us that are out there telling our story, the louder our voice becomes and the stronger our voice becomes. And when people see such a massive amount of individuals who are telling their story, well, then the watchtower is failing to silence us. And they can begin, people that see your story begin to realize that what they're going through is normal. And there's a second reason why it's good to make videos. And that is that it actually helps us to heal ourselves from what we've been through. So part of why I started this channel was for myself and for that healing process. And that helped quite a bit. So at this point, my healing process is pretty much complete. I'm moving on with my life, and I've got other things going on. But I keep the bear there because that's kind of what the channel is. At some point that may change, I don't know. Anyways, that's just a little background on Spike, so there's nothing special about it or whatever. If you want to think there is, you're certainly welcome to it. Anyways, that's what I have for this time. Thanks. Bye.